Brand new push this morning to try to solve a mystery that's puzzled authorities for 6 years now. Little Maddie McCann was 3 years old when she disappeared while on vacation with her parents in Portugal. Through painstaking work, investigators have narrowed down their timeline on when she went missing and hope brand new video will help crack this case. ABC's Jeffrey Kaufman has more in London. Good morning, Jeffrey.
And good morning to you, Bianna. Hard to believe, but 6 years after their little daughter disappeared, the parents of one of Britain's most famous missing children say they are greatly encouraged by the new developments in the investigation. After so many years, could police really find her? Madeline McCann was just 3 when she disappeared from her parents' hotel room in Portugal in May 2007. If she is alive today, she would be 10. In a renewed investigation, British police have poured resources into tracking what happened the night she disappeared. They'll be asking the British public for help tomorrow night in a TV Crime Watch special that will include detailed reconstructions of Madeline's last known activities.
Primarily what we sought to do from the beginning is try and draw everything back to zero, if you like. Try and sort of take everything back to the beginning and then reanalyze and reassess everything, accepting nothing.
Police say they now have a list of 41 persons of interest, 15 of them British. By combing the phone records of thousands of tourists and residents who were at the Portuguese resort when Madeline disappeared, they hope to narrow down that list.
We are focused on the area between 8:30 and 10, and we know that at around 10 p.m. that was when Mrs. McCann found that Madeline was missing.
With no evidence that Madeline is dead, police are operating under the assumption that she is still alive. For her parents, the pain of their daughter's absence doesn't go away.
Obviously, Madeline's birthday goes without saying, but it's when you're really getting
it's when you have the big family occasions, really. That's basically, isn't it, a family occasion?
Yeah.
And you haven't got your complete family.
Police have no idea what really happened to the little girl, but their investigation is focused on a sex crime or a botched robbery. Dan?
Jeffrey, thank you. ABC News consultant and former FBI Special Agent Brad Garrett has been following this case very closely for years. He joins us now from Washington. Brad, good morning. Is a big media push like this likely to work in a case that's this old, 6 years old?
Certainly, Dan. I can tell you, working a number of cold cases, that when you go back, review them, pull up new leads, look at the phone records, you're bringing it back into the public's eye with this special, and they're really humanizing their relationship, the family relationship, and saying, look, somebody come forward, somebody has a piece of information.
And what about the release of this never-before-seen videotape of Maddie on the tennis court running around playing ball girl? What likely impact could that have?
A big one, because that is the emotional hook. When you humanize a victim, show this little beautiful child with her parents, a relative, an uncle, an aunt, somebody associated with the bad guy may feel guilty and finally come forward and give you that critical lead.
Brad, let me ask you a bit of a tough question. I know you followed this case quite closely. Here we are 6 years out. What does your gut tell you after many years in law enforcement? Is it possible she is truly alive?
Well, I would go along with what the British police are saying, that they don't have any indication that she's not alive. And so that's the assumption you work under, particularly when it comes to little kids. So without knowing the motivation, Dan, of the bad guy, it's hard to assess other than, let's say she's still alive until proven otherwise.
Let's all hope she is indeed alive. And we appreciate your analysis as always, Brad. Thank you.